Today we're going to do something different. I'm going to go around, try to find some watches either at garage sales or thrift stores or vintage stores, and take you along to see if I can score any sweet deals and show you how I do it. Let's go. So usually what I do is I'll go online and see if there's any garage sales close to my house. I usually try not to go further than 10-15 miles out and about. That's pretty much as far as I want to go. There weren't many today, but I did find one, and we're going to head that way as soon as I stop at the bank and get some money. I don't ever pull out extra money for watches. I just kind of go with what I have on me. But I didn't get any money this week, so I'm going to get some. So it's a rare time. Then I usually go to 3 or 4 pawn shops that I know have watches. Unfortunately, some of them have a lot of fashion watches that get traded in, certain brands that are very popular because they're well known for purses and stuff like that, and then people start selling them off because, well, they're not really great watches. But anyhow, I don't go for those. I'm looking for vintage pieces and or something that's newer that would be a good deal. So we'll try that. So we're pulling up to this garage sale in a minute, and since it's watches, you gotta get out and actually check the tables just to see. Sometimes there's stuff, sometimes there isn't, so we will see. So I found a watch. It's a Timex for a girl. My daughter would definitely wear this. So it's $1. Alright, so here you have a Timex women's watch. I'm going to look up and see how much they normally retail, but it was $1. I wasn't really going to try to talk him down from that. I think $1 is a pretty decent price for this watch. I'm sure it's worth more than that. So first score of the day, $1. So real quick update on the watch I just purchased for $1. I took a moment to look on Amazon just to see what it retails for, and it retails brand new for $24.99. So I think that was a pretty good score considering that it took all of 2 seconds to see it. Again, I wasn't going to bargain with the man. $1 was fine. So that's just one way I do it. I look, had he had $5 on it, I definitely would have asked him to lower it, just because that's what I always do. I never, ever, ever pay the initial price if I don't have to. But $1, and it was $24.99 new. That's a score for me. All right, so we're gonna stop at one thrift store here that, believe it or not, they actually have watches from time to time. I pulled in here a couple weeks ago, and I was pleasantly surprised that they weren't just junk. I mean, I'm not going to say they were the best watches, but you never know. So let's just take a look. Okay, so before we even look, let's just view and see. There's a lot of plastic and probably fashion watches. Some more fashion watches. I think I spy a Timex, I'm not sure. There's some more. There's one over there and a couple there. And there's a Timex there, and it says $10. We're gonna take a look. I know it needs a battery, and the battery, I have to order it, so we'll see. So let's take a look and see what we got. Timex needs a battery. This is some brand. And we got another sports watch, needs a battery. Needs a battery. Looks like a swatch, but is not a swatch. That funky design needs a battery. Needs a battery. This one's $4. Mother of pearl, maybe real, maybe not, $5. An Elks watch. It's got a nice band on it. And made in Hong Kong. Everything needs a battery. Check out this cool piece. This is definitely a fashion watch. It's $6. It says stainless steel, but it's all rubbed off. So this Timex might have been a good deal if you do run it. Okay, so this is all rusted out. This is the same concept of a flex watch, but it's for something else. This is a heartbeat monitor. And another heartbeat monitor. It wasn't me. Alright, so far no luck yet. The only thing I see that might even be worth it is that Timex right there. $10. Have to get a battery in it, which isn't a big deal because it's a very simple 4 screws in the back. The battery is the most expensive part. So let's take a look at it. Alright, so this is the Timex Indiglo. Listening to the battery, it's very dirty. It's been used. Water resistant. So the trick is they put it on this Timex Ironman, which I wasn't sure what it was. This is not an Ironman. It is a Timex. It is digital. It's not in terrible shape. It's dirty, very dirty. It's old. It does need a battery. Sorry for the kid screaming, but I'm not sure I want to spend $10 on it, so I'm just going to let it pass. Just because I have to buy the battery to make sure it works, and if it doesn't, I'm out $10 that I could use. So the trick is they put it on this Timex Ironman, which I wasn't sure what it was. This is not an Ironman. It is a Timex. It is digital. It's not in terrible shape. It's dirty, very dirty. It's old. It does need a battery. Sorry for the kid screaming, but I'm not sure I want to spend $10 on it, so I'm just going to let it pass. Just because I have to buy the battery to make sure it works, and if it doesn't, I'm out $10 that I could use. So, real quick about the watch, I know it was only $10, and I probably could have negotiated maybe $8 or $7. I still have to buy the battery, which I know is only $1 or $2, and that would put me at about $10 anyway. But it's an older style watch. It's much smaller than I normally wear. Yeah, I could have probably given it to one of my sons, but they both wear G-Shocks, and they each have a dress watch. So without having a real purpose for it, there's no reason for me to spend the extra money on it, just because that $10 can be used somewhere else. And I have somebody that I might buy a watch from today anyway, so we'll see.